Good morning. Today we're going to be talking about what makes a good employee and some skills you can practice to make sure you are successful at work. If you could please go ahead and log on to Google Classroom, you will have an assignment that looks like this. What makes a good employee? So our first task here is going to be to define these terms. What makes a good employee? Our learning target is I can define important skills for employment. Remember, you can pause this video anytime you need to so that you can get these definitions. Or if you need to get a snack or go to the restroom. So here we go. Our first skill that we are defining is attitude. Attitude is your thoughts and feelings reflected in your behavior. So whatever's going on in your head or whatever you're feeling, it's the way you show it at work. So go ahead and hop on your assignment, and right here we've got thoughts and feelings reflected in behavior. So what do your employers want? They want a positive attitude. The way you show that is you're cheerful, you're happy, you act like you enjoy life, and you can get along with people. This is what we're looking for in the workplace. A negative attitude, on the other hand, would be you're angry, withdrawn, unhappy most of the time, and you have a hard time getting along with people. Now, are you always going to be having a good day? No. Okay. We all have bad days, but as much as we can, we need to leave our problems outside of work and try to show this positive attitude. Moving on. Decision making. Decision making is using what you know to choose your actions. You use your head when you're at work. So let's hop over to our notes. Please go ahead and type that in. Using what you know to choose your actions, and pause if you need. We're going to keep moving. Initiative. Initiative is huge. Your employers will definitely be looking for this. Initiative is doing things without being told. So you look on the floor at work, you see that it's kind of sticky. Instead of waiting for your boss to say, hey, will you mop that floor? You just mop it. You see something that needs to be done and you do it. You're not just standing around. So initiative. You're doing things without being told. Next up, attendance. Attendance is simple. You show up for work. You'd think it would be simple, but a lot of students lose their jobs because they do not show up. That one's in capital letters. You need to show up. So that means you need to know when you're scheduled and make sure that you're there. Punctuality is also so important. Being on time to work. People are counting on you. You need to show up when you are scheduled. And finally, under personal skills, appropriate appearance. You're choosing clothes and accessories according to the work dress code. A dress code would be the rules and expectations for your outfit, if you need to wear a hat or not. Very important that you follow it. And by the way, accessories would be your jewelry, maybe your shoes. It could even be your beard. You might need to shave your beard for some employers. Appropriate appearance, you're choosing clothes and accessories according to work dress code. And on that note about your appearance, it's also very important that you have good hygiene. Why? Because you want to be clean, you want to smell nice, you want to look like you put some energy into your appearance. Hygiene just means that you look clean and like you're taking care of yourself. Don't be like this sweaty man. You see him? That will gross people out. And the last thing you want to do at work is gross people out. So take care of yourself. Shower. Use lots of soap. Use shampoo. Take care of your clothes. Make sure someone's doing laundry. Very, very, very important. So that's personal skills. Go ahead and pause to catch up if you need to. Make sure you have this chunk filled in. People skills on the job. Cooperation, working together in an effective way. I'm going to guess that you have heard that word before. Cooperation. You're able to work together. And one thing that helps is courtesy. Courtesy is good manners. Just be nice. Say please, thank you, and you're welcome. So all we really need to write down is good manners. But I can't stress it enough that being nice, please, thank you, you're welcome, it's very, very, very helpful. So for courtesy, you need to know that that word means good manners. Communication skills, you're able to talk to your boss and others in an effective way. Again, so important. You need to let them know if there are any issues. You need to ask questions. You need to call them if you're not able to show up for work, but that should be unusual. Next up, very important, accepting criticism. Criticism means a suggestion. Like, hey, why don't you try it this way? Some of us get really mad about that. Some of us get frustrated, but guess what? No one expects you to be perfect. So, what does it mean to accept criticism? It means when given a suggestion, make a change. Simple as that. Listen to what they say and change what you're doing. Working well with others is get along with people. Do your part of the job. That one's pretty simple, should be self-explanatory, right? Your fair share of the work means that you're not just letting everyone else do everything while you sit around. Now, getting along with people might be simple to define, but it can be hard to do because there are personalities out there, right? And sometimes people bug you. And that's normal, and that's okay. And look at that, we already finished people skills. So again, if you need to pause and catch up, do it. Otherwise, remember, this chunk right here is what's going to really help you keep the job, especially getting along with people and building those positive relationships with your coworkers and your boss. Makes a huge difference. They will want to keep you at work if they like you. All right, last section, performance skills. Planning and organization, you are ready for work and you manage your materials well. So here we go. You show up, you're ready to work, and you take care of business. Oh, and again, pause this if needed to put them on your notes. We're going to keep cruising. Following instructions. You carry out tasks as you're told, and you follow safety guidelines. Here's a little picture. You know the do's and the don'ts at work, and that's how you act. Follows instructions. Carry out tasks as told and follow safety guidelines. Oops, look, I had a little mistake there. There we go. You have to do things the way you're told. Sometimes you get an idea in your head, I'm going to do it this way. Nope, you need to do it the way your boss wants you to do it. And that's how you will create quality work. Quality of work means that the work is done well. Pretty simple. How about the quantity of the work? The work is completed on time. Quantity, if you look at this picture, is how much you are getting done. So the way to get a lot done is to stay busy. You are never sitting around when you're at work. You're finding things to do. All right? So what you can write here is work is done on time. Stay busy. Your knowledge of the job. You know how to do the job correctly. You know how to carry it out. So if I work at Jimmy John's, I know all the sandwiches. If I work in a warehouse, I know what my task is. I know how to go find the parts that I'm trying to pull. Things like that. Knowledge of the job. Oops. Ha. I know how to do the job correctly or right. And our last item to define. Adaptability. You can change as needed. Now that can be a tough one, but I know you guys can do it. You never know what's going to happen at work. So go ahead and pause if you need to catch up on these definitions. I know we've covered a lot. For the next part of the assignment, you are on your own. Our next learning target is I can give examples of important skills for employment. So what you need to do now, and this is the part of the assignment I'll be looking at as independent work, is you're going to go into this assignment and it says Part 2, Examples. So now that you have these definitions, I want you to think about your job or your experiences at work and give an example. So, attitude. What's an example of how I can show that positive attitude? Smile at people at work, right? Remember, attitude is showing your thoughts and feelings on the outside. Another way to show a positive attitude is be friendly. Don't be a grumpy jerk. So I did the first one for you, so generous. Your job now is to go through and come up with an example for each word. And then once you finish adaptability, go ahead and submit. Thanks for listening, and I'm excited to read your examples.